Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tabitha and we are overcoming everything here. Anything that's standing in the way of our manifestations, we are going to overcome it and we are going to become conscious creators. Today, I want to talk to you about what you can do when you feel like you're off track with your manifestation. So if you're feeling a little down because you don't see it yet, if you're feeling like it's not working, and you think you've been doing everything right, let's talk about what we can do to get ourselves back on track. And when I say we, I mean we, because I have obviously gone through the same thing. Recently, I've gone through the same thing. As you guys know, I have been back and forth to different places, and I was staying in a space right above me in a woman's home. She's so generous to rent a space to me. And that's one of those things that just fell into place. So I'll have to tell you guys that in a story time later. But it really wasn't a good space for me to film in because it wasn't private, and I felt like I would be disruptive or, judged by, what I was filming. So I hadn't been able to film in a while. Now I'm in my own space. As you can see, there's nobody else here. It's just me. And this is my permanent temporary space, I guess, until, I get moved to my next place. But during that time, I did feel quite discouraged because I already had this plan. I wanted everything to just continue and work out the way I wanted it to work out. But apparently that's not what was meant for me at that time. So I took a big break from making videos and such. But that doesn't mean that nothing was happening, because something's always happening in the background, right? So with that being said, I did get a little bit discouraged. I had some other things that were going on in my life that just throw me for a loop. But everything is getting back on track. And I believe that all of my manifestations are coming true. And I've learned some things while I was away. So let's talk about it. So one of the things that I really dug into while I was going through this time of discouragement was really doing those robotic affirmations that I talked about in one of the last videos that I posted. So I really wasn't a big listener to Sammy Ingram, and for some reason, I guess when I started looking at robotic affirmations, she's like number one that came up. Maybe she was like the person who like really started talking about it. But when I first started listening to manifestation content, she really didn't resonate with me. So I've always been like a certain way. I've changed a lot over the years, but she just was very, I think she's very positive, and I think she's very like a badass, bee. So now I see her that way, and that's what I need right now. So that's what I've needed. So I've come across a lot of her videos, and the robotic affirmation videos were just on point for me. So when I started feeling discouraged, one day I just found this video, and it was about, doing her 10-minute method, and just, whatever you're doing, no matter what, give yourself like 10 minutes when you're playing a video, or if you're in the shower, like give yourself that time and say, hey, I am going to robotically affirm for this amount of time. And I did it. Like, I tried it. And when I tell you the next day, one of my manifestations came true. It was so crazy. Like, I was like, what? And I think it had a lot to do with the focus on what I really wanted. So that switched me like this to a whole different mindset, because I was feeling discouraged not having any movement in this area. And when I started doing this, it was a way to get my mind focused on what I wanted, not where I was. So where I was discouraged. I wasn't seeing any movement. All I knew was that I hadn't received it, you know, but you never know what's going on in the background to get you your manifestation. You never know. So when I started that robotic affirmation journey, like really started it, I saw change right away. And they say it takes 10,000 repetitions of something, 10,000, to really start a new neural pathway in your brain. I don't think I did it 10,000 times, but it did turn off the old thoughts. So that is a bonus. So you don't have to be 10,000 in to turn off your old thoughts. You can start turning off those old thoughts right away within 10 minutes or so. So what I would do is I would just choose a line that was basically the completion of my desire, that I already had it. I would pick that and I would just say it over and over and over and over again. It was just a new way to believe. I believed this instead of that I didn't have it. I believed that I had it instead of that I didn't have it. Switch that thought. And very quickly I saw a difference. So that's my number one thing to do. That's your number one to get you out of wherever you're stuck, okay? Pick a line, whatever resonates with you. If it's just, I don't have any money, or I need money, I need money, I need money, I need money, you better flip that right away and change it to, I have so much money in my bank account. I have millions in my bank account, or whatever is easy for you to basically feel like is true. So if you know that your transmission is out, I would just say something like, you know, my car is completely fine. I have the best vehicle that I could ever want. I have a perfectly working vehicle. Just something, you know, that is going to make you believe that what you have now is not your end. Your end is coming. You don't know how it's coming, but it always comes. Whatever you believe is going to come true, okay? So that's number one, robotic affirming over and over and over and over again until you feel different. And it doesn't take that long. But I do recommend, again, the Parrot app. That is something you can just press a button, record it, and it will just play on a loop. Just one sentence. It'll just play on there. I have more money in my bank account than ever before. I have more money in my bank account than ever before. And you'll hear it over and over and over again. And while you hear it, you can also be saying it. That's what I do, because then you've not only got it coming into your brain from your own voice, you've also got it, you're also saying it, you're speaking it. The next thing that I would do is to, if you can, I would grab a notebook and I would write down my end. I would write down either a thank you note to the universe, to God, whoever you believe in, whatever you believe in. Write it down as if it's already done. Just write down your thank you. Now, if that is not something that resonates with you, you can write things in just like lines like you used to do in high school. So you would just write, I have the best car, I have the best wife, I have the best husband, just whatever. And you're just scripting, writing lines or whatever. So that also does the same thing. It activates your reticular activating system and you start creating that neural pathway. Now that's something that you can go back to and read, or what you could do is you could write it down, put your date on it. The next day you could write it down again, maybe in different words. And that is going to start feeling like it's actually something that you've accomplished, that is real. I feel like I would like to write a letter to my mother saying, here's what's happened, and write it from a future state, you know, from the end result of whatever I want my life to turn out to be. I think that is going to be a goal for me to do soon. So that's an idea, and that always works. And then the next thing would be, of course, visualizing or meditation. Now, that can be difficult for some people. Not everybody is a visualizer or somebody who can meditate. So I do recommend doing guided meditations. There's a lot of them on YouTube that you can watch. Guided meditations for money. I do recommend Elmer O Locker for that. His grandfather was a VIP member with Neville Goddard. And so he's got some really good stuff, especially nighttime meditations for money. And then you've got, if you're trying to manifest a specific person, Shelly Bullard has a really good ability to get you into that state of the wish fulfilled. It's like she really knows how to make you feel it. So Shelly Bullard for a specific person. And there's a lot of different YouTubers. Now, if you're somebody who just wants to fall asleep with subliminals, somebody telling you something, or other guided meditations, he's got those too. The best guy, y'all probably already know, is James. So James does a lot of subliminals that you can listen to when you go to sleep. And most of them, especially the more recent ones, they've got in the first comment all the different messages that he'll give you during that sleep track. So I recommend that as well. But your main thing is to remember that even when you do not see any movement in your 3D reality, there is always movement. You will look back on your life. You can look back on your life right now and think, how did I get from point A to point B? And you'll see that everything had to fall into place just so for you to get there. Good things happen, bad things happen, but when you believe that all things are happening for your good, when you believe that everything is working out in your favor, that's what's going to happen. Some people, they see something bad and they're like, oh my God, that's the end of the world. But it's not. It's really not always the end of the world. It's just a part of your bridge of events or your bridge of incidents that has to happen to get you to the place where you're supposed to be for your manifestation to come true. Believe it and receive it, and all things are going to work together for your good. So I intend that this video has helped you to try and get back on track. You've got 3 things that you can do. One of them, number 1, robotic affirming. If you need any help with that, go check out Sammy Ingram. She's going to tell you all about it. Robotic affirming. Number 2 is going to be visualizing, guided meditation. Number 3 is going to be scripting. So those last 2, they don't have to be in order, but they both kind of get you to that same place of believing what you think, okay? Because writing it down helps, thinking about it over and over will help, guiding you into that wish fulfilled state, either through writing or through a meditation, it's going to work. But number 1, robotic affirming, because you do need to change your neural pathway. You do need to get your reticular activating system to persist in your new message that you want to give your brain, okay? Hopefully that helps. I intend it does. And if you enjoy this video, go ahead and like and subscribe. Share it with anybody that you know who's going through something. And if you have any other ideas for videos or anything that you want to learn more about, please let me know down in the comment section. I am definitely going to try and start picking up the pace on these videos again. It's just a matter of, making sure that I have the space and the privacy to do it. So thank you for staying with me. And if you need anything, let me know in the comment section. Bye.